I want to describe a little bit about why we would breathe. We've been famous for a long time, my dearly departed friend Sam Palafian and myself, for this series of videos and books for a long time. But I think when I had the idea to invent it, or to publish it, we just thought that tuba players would use it and euphonium players. We didn't think anybody else would use it.
今天要讲的课程就是这本书哈，叫做那个 Breathing Gym， 然后它是第2版，等一下在外面好像有那个可以购买嘛哈。那个它本来的用意是想说只有 tuba 跟 euphonium 用，结果没想到就是大家都抢着来用。
And it's everywhere. It's all over the world. There's of the book itself, there's more than 500,000 copies circulating around the world. And in terms of a band director using it with their kids, who has maybe 150 kids in the program, and that swaps out every 4 years, we did a back of the cocktail napkin, like very, very humble estimate. And we've probably had a chance to have this in front of almost 10 million kids.
Yeah. 简单的讲，就是这本书非常的被那个管乐界非常的非常多，所以可以卖很多本。那详细的数字我刚才没有仔细听，反正就是非常非常多本就对了。总之，这是一个非常好的训练，尤其是对管乐的学生呢，或是说就是不管是演奏乐器的管乐团的都可以使用。
So, and what we've discovered, not we, but the world has sort of put in place that's much more organized now with great peer-reviewed studies, is that the idea of over-breathing or under-breathing intentionally to a timing, so timed breathing, this is a thing that affects your whole brain. So it's really not even just about music anymore. It's really about how to optimize yourself. One tool to help optimize yourself as a human.
OK， 这一本书所讲的就是说要解决我们会过度呼吸，或者说太少呼吸，然后没有正确的用timing， 就是说在正确的拍子上面呼吸，这绝对会影响到我们的身体的状况，你可能会变得很紧，然后吹你的音乐可能就是紧紧的，所以就要解决这一方面的问题。目的是设计是这样。
So the real thing that's going on, in other words, I used to be a university professor. Now I teach a little bit at my house sometimes. But whenever I was working with students, I remember very early on in my days that Mr. Arnold Jacobs, Mr. Parentoni, Mr. Self, they would always check in with me at the beginning of a lesson. At the very beginning of the lesson, I would walk in, I'd sit down and get all my stuff right, and they would go, Mr. P, he would go, how's your girlfriend? Right? Every time, every lesson. But he really didn't care about if I had a girlfriend or whatever. He was checking in with me to make sure that, is it time to learn? Or is it time to talk about your girlfriend? So this is a brilliant teacher, right? Is it time to learn, or is it time to talk about what's going on with you? So that's I came from a long legacy of teachers that at least on the very front of a lesson, we're always making sure that we could have a lesson. And if we couldn't, then we would go have a beer.
他说他以前的学习的经验是他跟过那个Jim Self 的，还有Jim Paconi 那一些大咖的老师然后他记得他小时候第一堂课的时候，就是拿着乐器进来的时候，那个 Mr. P， 然后就问他说，你的女朋友怎样的？他意思就是说，那个老师会问他，就是说你现在的心情，你现在是准备要去来好好的学这堂课呢，还是你有没有心在这一边呢？就跟他闲聊一些事情，OK。
So from the obvious place for brass players, for wind players, is that tension, too much tension, is the enemy of tone.
OK， 这个很重要一点哦。这个
Yeah, of course.
OK， 这本书有一个很重要，就 tension.
I'm not here yet. I'm there. Yeah,
OK. Tension is the enemy of the tone， 就是说我们吹管乐的，就是每一个就是紧张，这绝对是我们最大的一个敌人呐。这个知道吗？我想每一个吹乐器的都晓得，不管是吹什么乐器。OK，
You can hear it in sound immediately from students of all developmental levels. We've all heard this, and we've heard. know everything in between. But if I have a lot of tension, and if I don't have any tension, you pick.
所以大家听得懂吗？就是说，一个是有 tension 的声音，一个是没有 tension 的声音，一个紧张跟不紧张。OK。
That's the obvious part. That's the part where it's like, oh, we would breathe to study breathing to play a brass instrument. Okay. That's not what this is really about.
What?
This is not what this is really about. Breathing is about something else. I'm coming to this.
OK，呼吸很重要哦，所以就是说我们真的要就是我们吹乐器的时候，不是只有想着你身体要放，不只要就是呼吸，你要身体要真的要放松啦。
So the research is in now about learning. And learning doesn't matter whether you're shooting free throws or you're trying to make something happen on a sports field, you're trying to do something different in dance, whether you're trying to learn something, it doesn't matter what the skill is, whether you're trying to be better in the kitchen, any skill requires that your attention for learning is acute, is on, is switched on.
不管哈，我们是在做打球啦，或是任何的有技巧的东西，比如做菜啦，什么东西都是需要哈，我们去学会一些技巧，然后反复的练习，这个东西才会变成是。
I think we tend to think that like sports, music, accounting, science is all different, but it's all everything in those things has skills. And skills require your mental attention to learn.
OK， 不管是哪一方面，运动也好，音乐也好，什么会计啊，什么那些东西，事实上听起来好像是都不一样，可是事实上是里面的那个元素是一样的，就是你要去学会一些技巧，然后我们必须要先学会技巧，才知道怎么去进入这个境界。OK。
So to the teachers in the room, this is to the teachers in the room. Think about all the times that you were trying to get through to a student and you couldn't because they were distracted about something else, or they were too tense, or they were too nervous. So it's impossible to get to them. So we have to get to a place where we actually can steer a moment of learning, whether it's in a lesson or whether it's by themselves, when you're learning by yourself, so that they're becoming aware. In other words, I don't know a teacher that doesn't finish a thing with the student and go, what did you think? Did you hear that? Did you hear this? Did you hear this? Did you hear this? We're always asking you, the student, did you hear it? So what are we really asking for? Self-awareness.
我们在座很多都是老师嘛，对不对？好，然后我们在教学生很容易犯一个问题，就是说我们去问学生，你有没有听到你刚才吹的东西，你刚才做的东西，你刚才怎样？事实上，这个东西是要教学是什么东西？就是你的 self awareness， 就是自我的感觉，自我可以感觉到你自己自身的改变，就是内在的感觉啦，自我意识吧，这样 ，OK。
So where is self-awareness? Well, we have three parts of our humanity. There's three things that make us up as a person. All right? There's three things that make us up as a person. So there's a physical self, a thinking self, intellectual self, and an emotional self.
OK， 那个就是说你的认知上面 ，OK， 这一边就是在这一边这个书的第2页这边有写一个你的 humanity， 就是你的什么自我觉知吧，哈。有一个是 physical， 就是你的身体的部分；一个是 intellectual， 就是你的想法的部分，你的 thinking， 你的想法。第3个就是我们的 emotion， 这本书最重要的就是其实精华的地方就是在这一个地方 ，OK， 所以就是第一个是身体，physical， 一个是你的想法，你放在脑袋里面想的东西，就可能决定你很多的方向 ，OK。然后 emotion 就是比如说我现在很难过啦，我现在很紧张啦，什么东西这些东西 ，OK， 3个东西请你们大家记住一下 ，OK。
So if we're going to learn anything, we have to have our self-awareness turned on. And the physical side is a spectrum. It's a sliding scale: hot, cold, itchy, sweaty, pacey. Okay, and same with emotions. Emotions are a scale, like sad, depressed, emotional, super ragey, angry.
Yeah.
Viola.
Yeah. OK.
Oboe.
OK. 自我觉知的部分包含就是身体 physical 的部分，它像一个 scale， 就是像一个尺一样， 你会觉得热，会觉得冷，会觉得哦现在流汗了，现在觉得什么感觉？你身体的感觉，好，这个就像有一个尺在这一边，然后1到100，你自己可以决定，你自己可以感觉到自己的这个东西。然后 emotional 呢，就是情感嘛，好，它也是像一个 scale 一样，它有愤怒的，有平静的，有开心的，有什么都有，像它刚才那个样子的，有没有？就是非常愤怒的。
Yeah, way out of balance. Way out of balance. Have you ever met a balanced oboe player? Never.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm mostly just here to entertain myself. Okay, so unlike physical and emotional, which are a spectrum, the intellect is a switch. It's either on or it's off.
OK， 这个很重要哦。这个就是那个刚才讲的 physical 哦，身体的部分跟你的情感的部分，你的脑袋想的部分，中间有一个就是你的 thinking， 就是 intellectual OK， 就是你的想法，这可能像一个开关一样，打开 on 跟 off，on 跟 off， 就是这像一个开关一样。那你的身体的部分跟你的情绪的部分，它其实有时候真的会一起这样过去，一起往高的地方，也有可能一起荡下来，有可能是两边的，好，情绪跟那个身体的那个状况 ，OK。
So if I've been sitting for an hour, or I'm upset about my girlfriend, or I'm distracted because I didn't get my boarding pass for my flight tomorrow, or anything is going on, if I'm trying to learn, I'm distracted. So my learning is not efficient. So it's a requirement of learning to prepare your brain to get ready to learn. And that's what these exercises serve to do.
OK， 那个我们可能会受到很多的情绪影响，比如说刚才讲的什么跟女朋友吵架啦，什么之类的，或者你现在肚子很饿啦，这些都属于身体的部分。那你情绪的部分也会有一些不一样的感受嘛，对不对？可是这个东西都会影响到我们的吹奏，甚至我们现在的感觉哦，所以需要学会用一些想法哦。然后这一些想法，它带进来的东西就可以帮助这两个比较平衡一点。Yeah.
So I'm going to share with you a story about my daughter, which we've already talked about, which is the more general effects that breathing can have on learning.
他要讲一个例子，就是他刚才我们在里面有讨论到，就是说他要跟大家 share 这个故事，就是他女儿不是学音乐的哈，然后他就是说他想要就是说呼吸跟学习有一个关联性的东西，就是这一本书教的东西，跟事实上不是只有用在音乐上面，用在你的生活上面都用得到。
So when my daughter was 11 years old in 6th grade, she did more homework, like hours a day of homework to get mostly D's and C's. She worked very hard to be very average.
他女儿在11岁的时候，然后就是说很努力的念书干嘛，然后找了2个家教。他刚才跟我讲，他家里面找了2个家教，然后成绩还是很烂。OK，
and she felt bad about herself. She wanted to do better in school. And so she came to me and she goes, Dad, I know that you're famous around the world for helping people become better at learning. Could you help me?
Yeah, OK. 所以他有一天他就去找他，他说：“哎，老爸，你那个你教了很多人，就是有关于这个回听句的东西，让别人觉得就是说开发你的，就是说你可以帮我这样，你可不可以帮助我，让我觉得。”比较学习能力比较有效率，哦，这是他这本书最重要的东西。Okay?
I said, "Oh, I'm so glad you asked." I said, "There's 3 specific things that we can do to help get you better at learning."
Yeah. OK， 那所以他很高兴，因为有女儿的都知道，说他女儿愿意来找爸爸这种事情的话，绝对都是第一条件。所以他就跟他讲说，他有3个东西，哦，就是这3个东西。
She's talking about that already. Yeah, and so she goes up, she goes 3, and I said 3, and she goes, well, there's one I'm not going to do. And I was like, what? She goes, I'm not doing your stupid breathing exercise.
Yeah. 他就说他有3个方法，然后他说，他就拿他的书就跟他讲说，哎，这个是你要教我的吗？那如果不要，如果是这个东西我不要。
I was like, okay, well, we'll start with the other 2.
对啊，那我们就说，那第1个不要嘛，那就从我们第2个开始。他说他有介绍他3个方法。Okay.
So she had already been tested, so I knew that there wasn't any issue with her brain. I knew that what was wrong was that her confidence. It wasn't that she needed to help learning. She needed help feeling good about herself.
Patrick 知道他女儿所需要的是自信，而不是说他在乎他所学的什么东西，他需要自己觉得很安心、很安全。
So we started with piano lessons. I was like, we're going to do piano. And she's like, no, I'm bad at math, I'm bad at science, I'm bad at reading. Why do I need to take piano lessons for?
OK， 所以 Patrick 就跟他讲说，我们从上钢琴课开始。可是他说，不要，我数学很烂，我什么东西很烂，你为什么要叫我从钢琴开始？不懂。
She's like, this sounds like more work, not less work.
Yeah， 这个是应该是很难吧？钢琴呢，有10个手指头，应该是更复杂。
And I gave her a whole bunch of neuroscience about bilateral stimulation of the brain with 2 hands working at the same time. And she was like, I don't even know what you're saying. And I said, basically, this is going to be where you're going to go to calm down. Piano's going to be your relaxation and calming instrument. And she's like, I don't understand.
然后就是介绍他一些东西啊，什么弹一弹。他说，钢琴的声音应该可以让你的情绪变得很平稳，然后你会感觉比较自信一点。然后他女儿就说，呀，你的很像。
So she was 11 years old.
11岁。
And I said, so I'll make you a deal, Katie. I said, I know that you're worried that this is like extra. So I said, if by the end of the fall period, you haven't gone from a C and D student to a B student, I will let you quit piano lessons. But if you turn into a B student, you have to take piano lessons for 7 more years until you graduate from high school.
这样懂哦，就是说他跟他女儿讲条件就是说就是说按照这个方法的话，因为在fall 是秋天，然后他要是得到好的成绩的话，你可以怎样，你如果没有得到好的成绩，可以怎样。后面对不起，我刚才没有注意听，你们懂就好。Yeah. All right. Okay.
So, I'm listening to you in Chinese, trying to figure out what you're saying. I'm like trying to learn one word. Now I'm lost. I don't know what I was talking about. Oh yeah.
Make a deal with you.
Yeah. So she starts taking piano lessons.
Yeah.
She had 6 weeks of piano lessons, so 6 lessons.
Okay.
And school was now she was almost all B's in school.
就全部都成绩都是到第6个到最后的时候。到第6个礼拜以后呢，他女儿的成绩就达到他的要求，到 B。
The main teacher called from the school and said, "Could you give me the phone number of the tutor for math, and the phone number for science, and the phone number for reading?"
Yeah.
And I said, I don't understand what you mean. I didn't hire any tutors, but you can have my daughter's piano teacher's phone number. And I gave her that, and she got angry and hung up the phone.
对，因为他成绩都很好，学校打电话给他，然后问他说：“你是怎么教你女儿的？你是什么数学也变好了，什么东西都变好了？”我刚刚我没有教他这个啊，我教他音乐啊。那所以就说你的那个音乐老师是谁？他说是他，结果那个学校很生气，把电话挂了。
Right. So it was giving my daughter, when she would sit down to study, an option to go play the piano when she wanted to. But what was happening, because she was doing better in school, is that her emotions were starting to come back to the middle. So her intellect was more open more often. She was gaining some confidence. So she was interested now in the second thing that she could do to make herself smarter.
OK， 所以因为他跟他讲一些他的方法，这个方法他还没有讲，就是说他让他女儿的自信就回到了刚才 emotional 的中间，中间就比较不会那么没有自信啊，然后就觉得我什么都不好这样，所以呢，慢慢的产生出来的一个效应，就是说他想要再学第2样事情、第3样事情，所以是从钢琴的方法弄到什么数学啦、什么那一些都变得还不错这样 ，OK？
So I think I will share with you how I think you study. I think you start with math, and you finish it, and then you go to reading, and then you finish it, and then you go to physics, and then you finish it, and then you go practice, and then you finish it, and then you go, and it's one subject, start to completion, right?
对啊，他是跟大家讲，就是说我们大家都是一样，就是学习一个东西、2个东西、3个东西，可能是学钢琴啊，学什么东西，学数学啦，学什么东西的一个 subject， 一个样项目，各有不同的项目。
And when you're the first minute of math, it feels easy. Yeah. And in the second hour of math, you're like, I hate math.
刚开始的时候会觉得简单，然后第2个小时会觉得很难这样。
Right? So we're always taking ourselves out of balance because of how we're studying. So to keep my daughter out of frustration, I gave her the suggestion, which is to open up all the subjects on the desk. So on the kitchen table, all the time, math, science, reading, keyboard, trumpet, that was her band instrument. So band instrument, keyboard, that's her brain instrument. And then all the subjects open at once.
所以他也建议他女儿，就是说做一个事情，譬如说他要学数学啦、科学那个教本啊，就是说那个课本然后可能旁边是别的东西，然后旁边是放钢琴，然后这边是让他女儿吹小喇叭，就是放一个在这一边，就放在他前面放在前面 ，OK。
And then I asked my daughter, I said, how long do you think you can concentrate in a row for? And she goes, I don't know, 10 minutes, 20 minutes? And I was like, no, it's not that long.
OK， 所以他就问他女儿，就是说，你可以专心多久？然后他说10分钟啊，15分钟啊。然后 Patrick 就跟他说，你不可能那么的久。
I know that we can train ourselves to concentrate without any variance for 30 minutes if we're good. But we have to be highly intellectual people to start at 8 minutes to be able to train to 30.
OK， 那个他有研究过了，人的专心程度应该从8分钟开始，就是8分钟然后要经过很厉害的训练才能变成30分钟，30 minutes。
Yeah.
OK， 所以8是基本，就是说我们一般人都可以只有8分钟的专心的程度。
And we think we can because we can sit down and do it and we don't feel like we're impeded by it. But the fact of the matter is that for your peer group, people that are your age right now, you don't know the smartest people in that peer group because they're doing something else.
那个很厉害的人，很专心的人，对不对？他们就是说，天才了你不会在你的同年纪遇到，都会在别的地方遇到。
You think you do, but you don't. I promise.
你以为你旁边的人、周围的人很多都是天才，可是事实上没有。
Let me explain.
OK， 他有一个例子。
I had a neighbor.
还有一个邻居。
He's 5 years old.
多
When I met him, he lives right across the street. His mom still lives there. Okay? 5.
5岁小朋友。
He decided that he wanted to start playing euphonium when he was 9.
9岁想要学 euphonium。
He finished high school 3 weeks before he came for his first euphonium lesson.
他那个高中三年之后就毕对不起，3个礼拜，对不起。
9 years old when he finished high school.
对，9岁就高中就毕业了。
Anybody in high school know a 9-year-old? No, that's what I mean. You don't know the smartest people that are your age because they do other things. Jose finished his undergrad when he was 11. He had a master's degree when he was 12 and a second one when he was 13, and he had 2 PhDs by the time he was 16 years old.
这个是一个天才啦，他的邻居就是9岁啦，很厉害啦，然后16岁的时候就2个 PhD 吧，14岁还是16岁，对不起。
His course of study in college was rocket science.
那个火箭的那个什么那个火箭科学吧，对。
Yeah, so of course he played the euphonium. Yeah, so of course he played the euphonium. Only geeks play the euphonium, right? So
yeah.
Okay. So even when he was 11, and he was working on a master's degree in rocket science, I didn't even know what the hell he was studying. I still was like, hey, Jose, third note of F sharp harmonic minor. What are you doing? And he's like, it's a 2. And I'm like, no, it's an A, right? Even super smart kid couldn't concentrate for very long.
他那个例子就是他那个小朋友11岁的时候找他学 euphonium 的时候，他还是只有8分钟的专心的时候，所以他常常提醒他，这个是什么音？这是拉还是什么？还是升发这样？
Because he's a little boy.
因为他是小朋友，对。
He was smart, but he's just still a little boy. Okay, so my daughter's 11. I'm like, you can't concentrate for 8. Remember Jose? Yeah, I remember Jose. You're not that smart. No, nobody's that smart. I'm like, I know. Only Jose's that smart. So she said, how about if I go for 5 minutes in a row in one subject? And I said, that's a good start.
所以他告诉他女儿就说，那个他邻居叫 Jose， 那个邻居非常聪明，所以他只有8分钟的那个专心的程度，所以他告诉他女儿就说，那我们要不要从5分钟开始
？So, she started to study for 5 minutes. I wanted her every 5 minutes to change the subject. She got to choose which one to go to next. So we both had choice, which is really important when you're learning. That part of what you're learning, you get to choose what's happening. So it was important for her to stay inspired, that she get to choose what was next. It was important to me that she didn't get frustrated, that she never spent more than 5 or 6 minutes in one subject.
所以他要求他女儿就是说，5分钟选一个东西，然后就换另外一个东西，他自己要选择他自己想要什么东西，这样，所以用这个方法 ，OK。
Guess what happened 8 weeks later?
那个8个礼拜后就变成每一科都还不错，就是。
Yeah, almost all A's, and guess who called? Mr. Sheridan, can you please give me the phone number of the math tutor, and the reading tutor, and the physics tutor? We've never seen a child transform like this before. And I was like, I'll give you the piano teachers, but I'm telling you, we didn't hire any tutor. Well, you must spend all kinds of time with her working on science and math and reading. I'm like, I don't spend any time with her on that. We're working on our scales at the piano. and they're like,
就连到刚才所讲的哈，就是说他用这个方法5分钟、5分钟、5分钟、5分钟，让他女儿很有效率的学习这一些东西。所以在8个礼拜之后还是6个礼拜之后，随便，就是反正他到最后他的成绩就变得很好，所以学校打电话给他，就说，拜托你可以把那个什么老师的那个数学老师啊，还有那个 science 老师啊，电话给他，他就说没有，只有教他钢琴，然后大家都不相信，因为他是水土嘛，所以他就给他，他就讲到一半，他把它挂掉，因为他们不相信。可事实上代表说这个是有效率的学习，是一个非常重要的。
So now at school, all the students are like, Katie, can you help me with my homework? Katie, can you help me with my homework? Yeah. So now my daughter's feeling very confident, and she's not feeling any shy anymore about her brain.
Okay. 所以从这个事情以后，对不对？他的学校的同学就问他，就说：“你可以帮我啊，我的功课你怎么做到的啊？”这样，所以慢慢他的自信就会回来了，自信。Okay.
Yeah. So she came home with the 5 A's and 2 B's. And that were almost A's, and she came in the door and she went into my library. She went from, she comes out like this and she goes,
yeah.
Will you teach me these?
所以这样有自信以后，他就想要，因为他刚才不是说第一样东西吗？他想要教他学这个，他不要把它丢在地上。就是后来第2样东西，他有自信了以后，他知道相信他了以后，他就从他的那个就书里面找一本，希望他老爸教他这个东西。Yeah.
So they're not complicated. There's 6 stretches for your spine. There's some working out, which is about being too full and too empty, which turns the muscles that are involved in breathing flexible. I'm going to do those two.
OK. 所以他等一下，这事实上不是那么的困难。事实上，一个就是说太过去，一个是太放松。那我们尽量把它调到 balance。这样中间过来所以那3个东西事实上很重要，就是一个是 physical， 一个是 emotion， 一个是 thinking 就像一个开关一样，对不对？
And so I was like, yeah, absolutely. And then the last one is just to flow. It's to breathe till you're comfortably full and comfortably empty. In the musical context, it's really about how we breathe to play. In life context, it's just about either having more energy or less, which I'll explain in a second.
Okay. 那刚才讲说这个东西在音乐上面就是呼吸嘛，对不对？吸气，然后吐气。其实，在生活上面，就是有时候你的 energy 比较高，你的能量比较强，很有精神。一个就是没有，就是说有点累的这个样子。其实2个是一样的东西。那他就是事实上用他讲的这个东西来借着音乐东西，其实跟生活上面是很有大的关联。OK，
So the real goal is breathe more freely, reduce physical stress. Right, those are the main ones, and then the last one is prepare the mind to learn.
Okay.
It's right here.
OK，the breathing drink，OK，就是第一个，你呼吸的时候，对不对？你准备你的呼吸，然后把你的身体放松，尽量借着呼吸的方法，然后达到你放松，你觉得自己是身体放松的一个境界。第二个东西就是说，你要准备怎么用你的想法来把这种感觉记起来，准备要呼吸这样。
So I taught my daughter all these exercises that I'm going to teach you now.
所以他现在要跟各位讲这些东西，这些方法。
She's 23 today.
23岁了。
She's now 23 years old. She's going to finish her master's degree in mental health counseling, and she finished 2 bachelor's degrees both in science in 3 years. So she went from being a 6th grader who felt like she was never going to be good in school, and took piano lessons. She still takes piano lessons. She still does breathing exercises, and she still studies the same way. And she's a completely different person. And now when she comes home for Christmas, she comes and asks if she can take 10 or 20 of these back to her friends who are studying to be counselors.
Okay.
And give them away. I was like, I thought you said these were stupid.
OK， 他女儿从这一本书还有这个方法受益很多，所以就是在各方面都很厉害，所以他现在好像是2个 degree， 两个文凭，然后他也用这个方法介绍给他朋友，所以这本书就是他现在所要介绍给大家的。
So I'm going to teach you now what I taught her.
对，他现在要跟大家讲。
Cool. So, spine's supposed to move in 6 different directions, and most of us just move it 1. We move it 1 direction, which is forward, because we're sitting, we're on the bus, we're on the train, we're driving, we're texting and driving. We're standing up, we're going into the restaurant, we're watching TV. It's spine curve forward all the time.
我们的 spine 就是脊椎哈，我们就是说常常都会有时候这样累的啊，或者你在滑手机啦，或干嘛，就是说走路不是很直，我们 spine
So we want to move it 6 ways.
我们要做6个方法，就是说让你的 spine
because our ribs are attached to our spine. Not here.
肋骨是跟脊椎是连在一起的，不是前面。
Yeah, only bone-to-bone connection of your rib to your body is in the back. So if your back is in the wrong position, your ribs don't move, your lung capacity is limited.
Okay. 所以你要是 Can you say it again? Sorry. Can
you
say it again?
Yeah, no, there's no problem. It's that your spine.
Yeah. Okay.
Bone-to-bone connection of your ribs to your body is in your back.
Okay.
If we're not in the right position with our spine, your ribs don't move.
Okay. Yeah. 最重要的东西就是说，骨头跟那个肌肉的连接，到最后是那个脊椎的这一边是要把它拉直的，所以你这一边要是不平衡的话，很容易造成你的那个不太舒服，就是说你的肌肉整个是unbalanced 不平均的，就造成你很多的问题。这样，所以脊椎很重要。
Yeah. So we can all demonstrate that spine position changes how we breathe together, especially those of you that are seated.
好，我们现在一起试试看。他现在试试看，就是说跟你讲，脊椎要是不对的时候，你的呼吸会受到什么影响
？Sit in the back of the chair.
来，先往后面坐。
Relax.
Yeah. 好，这样小。
Pretend I'm not looking.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's breathe in together for 6 beats.
6拍7气，用这个方法就是说做懒懒的这个样子。
See if you can get there.
Yeah. Okay.
Here we go. 6 beats. Ready?
跟着他。
In, breathe. Okay, great. Stop. Most of you are like this.
第3拍就停住了。
Can't do it, right? Too hard. Okay, great. Come to the front of the chair.
好，稍微坐直一点点，坐1/2。
Don't sit on your legs. Find the bones that are your butt bones.
你的臀骨哈，
The ones you sit on.
那个骨头，那个2个凸起来，骑脚踏车会痛的那个地方哈，就是说前面坐一点，不要用你的大腿哈，不要在你的大腿上面
，OK？ And now, all I want you to do is make sure that your knees go below your hips. So I'm just going to go like this.
所以你要确定你的膝盖要比你的屁股的这个骨头这一边哈是要低的哈，所以因为这个实在太矮了，所以它现在变成要交叉，你可以试试看交叉，想任何方法。
This is why I can't. No. This is why I can't sit here. Because I can't get my knees to go lower. So We never touch the back of the chair.
OK，
Never. It's for resting. We sit here at the front. Okay?
椅背是用来休息用的，所以绝对不要靠在后面，这样哦。所以就是坐直，然后这样。
Okay, so my knees are below my hips. That's number one. Number two, put your head over your hips.
OK， put your head over your head. OK，
Not this, not this,
okay.
but this.
就是坐直，你的头跟你的脊椎这个地方必须要直的，好像有一条线这样拉着，这样好。OK。
Yeah, we talked about this earlier. We talked about this earlier. Okay? Now, everybody lean forward.
好，现在大家往前一点点，
Feel the tension in your back.
有没有感觉到后面这条
Move towards the tension until it goes away.
好，慢慢的移动上来，感觉你后面这个肌肉慢慢的，哎，那个紧张的地方不见了，就是比较舒服的地方。
That's the middle.
OK， 这个就是中间，
Go too far back.
往后倒。
Now the tension is here.
哦，前面就觉得有压力，对不对？
Move towards the tension
然后再往前面一点
until
点。
your belly relaxes.
OK， 然后找到
That's
你
the middle.
最舒服的地方，
So-
这个就中间。
Head over your hips.
OK， 就是。
Head over my ass.
就是这一条线跟你的脊椎的话，必须要一直线的啊，很舒服的。你可以用前面这样往前面倒，跟后面来感觉一下你这边的压力多少，然后找到中心点。
And now let's breathe for 6 beats. So
OK，
breathe
现在
here.
用这个方法用6拍。
Now let's breathe. Remember what it was like when we were back there? Now let's go for 6 beats. In,
Yeah.
breathe. And everybody can do it. Out. So now we know that spine position affects your breathing.
OK， 所以你可以吸气，这样比刚才那样倒的好很多嘛。所以那个脊椎的角度跟你做的坐姿啦，像现在坐姿，你的角度绝对影响你的呼吸。OK。Yeah.
It's so important for tuba and euphonium players because usually we let the instrument dictate where our body goes instead of bringing the instrument to this position.
OK。
This should never change.
OK。Yeah.
Not.
OK。
Change the tuba. Don't change your body. This should always be like this.
这个的位置才是吹，尤其是吹 tuba 跟 euphonium 才真的最需要的位置，就是说不能让 tuba 我们去调整那个位置要这样，而是要那个 tuba 要调整，所以这个位置是最标准、最重要的。OK，
Cool?
Yeah.
So that's what we're getting to is finally this position because most of us play from a seated position. Now we're going to stretch. So everybody stand up.
OK， 好，我现在要做一个拉筋，所以刚才位置要记住哦。
Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 no pain, 10 being please end it now, this should never be more than a dull 2. Any stretching, never more than a dull 2. Sharp pain is not okay. So just a little bit of dull.
OK， 就是自己调整到，不用到很痛哦，不用到极端的痛，就是说一点点的有一点点感觉那个地方，好不好？就是自己调整接下来的动作。OK。
And then in English, unfortunately, the term for stretching is that. It's a verb. It's like you're supposed to pull it. And that's not correct. Stretching is really more about letting go.
Oh, okay.
So the word that we use in English for stretching is incorrect. It should be called letting go.
OK。 我们的那个 stretching 好像就是都会很拉很大力嘛，反而是就是很不舒服、有压力的这样。那可是事实上 stretching 在它的解释是就是 let it go， 应该是很放松的吧，就是 let it go， 有点像释放吧。OK，yeah.
Okay? And then always when we're doing any stretching, make sure your breathing is smooth.
Okay.
If your breathing is rough, or if we're doing a stretch and you're like, that's torture. That's not stretching.
OK， 所以就是说，等一下配合这些动作的时候，当你呼吸的时候，你不能有那种感觉，这样就很紧的感觉，那就是错的哦，那就变成好像那种那个什么严刑拷打这样。OK，
So smooth breathing, always. That's more important than how far you stretch.
OK， 很放松的，然后不在乎就是说你要做的很厉害或干嘛，你只要感觉有拉到，然后感觉起来你是舒服，呼吸是舒服的 ，OK 了。
In yoga, we say breath before depth.
breath before depth.
Depth, which is how deep you go into the
Okay. I thought it was depth.
yeah. Sorry. Depth.
Okay.
How deep?
Yeah, okay. 就是在瑜伽来讲的话，就是尽你可能的做到你可以伸展的一个地步。Okay.
Cool?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So make sure you have enough room. So spread out a little bit. You can come up in this area, fine.
Yeah.
Spread out, it gets comfortable. Okay, so here we go. So twisting left and right, look over your shoulder and breathe out and just twist your spine.
OK， 感觉一下，就是动一动哈。
Breathe out when you look backwards.
当你转到后面的时候，记得要吐气哦。
Push your hands up in the air, push up.
好，手往上升
and back and forth the same. And then let him go. Just relax.
OK， 转。
Cool. Now stand balanced in the middle.
OK。
So feet, knees, hips in a line.
OK， 脚、膝盖，那个。
And then your head over your hips.
脚、膝盖、屁股是一条线的，然后上面到你的脊椎是。
Not this way.
不要往前倾，
Not
不要
this
往后
way.
面。OK。
Right?
Yeah.
Cool. So that's 2 of the 6 directions.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm gonna be your mirror.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go their direction.
OK。
But I'm gonna say their words left and right.
OK。
So
你就把它当做镜子啊。
I'm used to doing this opposite. So with your left hand, grab your right wrist behind your back.
OK。
Cool?
You
No, you turn around. You turn around.
Okay.
This is perfect. Left hand, grab your right wrist. No, look at me, man.
OK。
Left hand,
Yeah.
grab my right wrist.
Alright. OK.
Cool?
Yeah. Cool.
Everybody got it? You can translate that.
Yeah. 就是这样。
Okay.
右手走到后
Yeah,
面
do what he's
左手上
doing. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that Mandarin. Okay, everybody breathe deep and relax. Now, if the stretch is gone, pull your arm over a little bit more.
如果你可以再深吸一点的话，就是把它拉过来一点。
Cool. Keep your weight in your heels, not your toes. Just a little bit. 60% heels, 40% toes.
OK， 站姿的话，后面60%，前面40%，有点是重心往后面一点点，60、40这样，自己感觉一下。
Yeah. Now breathe in and move your head to the left.
Yeah.
Correct. Now again. Body. And keep breathing smooth. And on the exhale, a little bit more. And breathe in. And a little bit more on the exhale. Make sure the breathing is smooth. Make sure your weight's in your heels, not in the front. Cool. Now roll back up. Awesome. Let go. Roll it out. Check it out. Cool. Other wrist, other way. So do this one now. So
Okay.
right hand, grab your left wrist.
右手拉住左手的手。
There you go.
OK。
Excellent. Breathe in.
好，呼吸。
Relax your shoulders. Breathe in again.
再呼吸一次。
Head to the right.
好，往右一点，
Breathe in again.
吸气。
Body right.
好，身体往右。
We just hang out here for a little bit.
好，
Breathe
在
in.
这边。
Breathe out. If you ever need another perspective on life, this is one. Breathe. Good. Go back up.
然后再回来。
Let go.
Yeah.
Roll it out. 4 of the 6 directions.
Yeah.
Cool. Now you can turn around now.
OK。
Toes and heels together.
好，脚并拢。
Thighs tight. Butt cheeks squeezing together.
OK， 屁股夹紧。
Let me show them. But stay there like that.
Okay.
Then Nicole, hands on your hips.
好
I'm，gonna look up. Don't do it yet. Just watch.
先看。
And then
吐气的时候往后面倒哈。
but only go as far as you can breathe smooth.
OK。
Always tight legs. Always tight butt.
OK， 屁股跟脚都夹紧，然后往后面倒，尽量做到可以往后面的方向。好，然后你吸气还是一样要紧。
So let's do it together. Toes and heels.
OK， 来
Thighs tight.
，Yeah， 好
Pulling up. Glutes tight. Hands on your butt.
，OK，
Your own.
行，好来
Breathe in. Look up. Breathe in again. Lean back just a little bit. 1 millimeter.
一点点。
Only as far as you can breathe smooth.
好，记住呼吸要正常。
Smooth breathing. Don't go any further than smooth. And just hang out here for a little bit.
好，就坐在这边待一下。
We look like a cult.
OK.
Roll back up.
OK.
Come back forward.
Yeah.
Let go.
Yeah.
Roll it out. Shake it out. Drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now feet back width apart.
打开一点。
Let me demonstrate again.
OK.
So
先看一下哈
to。keep your back safe here, instead of going this way, we're going to go this way.
哦 ，OK。
So I'm not swinging down with my back. I'm curling down with my vertebra. My chin goes down first.
OK， 你的下巴要往里面卷起来，然后这样下去，不是 bend over， 那不是倒下去哦，是你要整个人蜷起来这样往下面。OK，
And then the whole time I'm upside down, my chin is pushing on my chest.
你的下巴要
Hard, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm looking through my legs at the room behind me. I'm not looking at the floor.
OK， 你眼睛看的地方是你的两个腿的后面，不是看下面这样。
So let me show.
Okay.
Okay. So first one is
先吸气，
chin down.
这样好，下巴往下，
Second one,
然后再
curl down.
好，再开始往里面
Arms
卷
lead
一
the
下。
way. They're relaxed.
好，下面放
Bend your
松。
knees a lot.
你
Okay.
的膝盖会往下一点
This。is not about stretching your leg. It is about stretching your back.
这不是在拉腿哈，是在拉腰那个地方。OK，
哦
所以是看后面。
Chin is tucked. And then all I'm going to do is
好，好，在下面做一个呼吸，两个呼吸。
see how relaxed my upper body
哦
is.
，OK， 这是拉后面的那个，好，再下去。
And I'm trying to think about letting go lower back,
嗯
middle back,
嗯
upper back.
OK， 当他在这个地方的时候，你就想下背、中背还有上背的那个压力慢慢的释放掉。
Cool.
Yeah,
Then to
okay.
come out,
好，慢慢的起来，
bend my knees a lot.
先蹲下去一点点，然后慢慢的抬起来，
Chin up last.
然后下巴最后再往前面这样。
Okay?
可以哈，慢慢
Here we
做
go.
OK，OK，
Shoulder
第一
width.
个，
Breathe in.
好，打开那个脚打开，好，吸气，
Tuck your chin.
好，下巴往下，
Breathe in
吸
again.
气，好，再吸气，
Curl down.
好，开始卷下去，卷下去，卷下去，然后摸到你的脚趾头，然后可以看到后面。
Bend your knees and stretch your back.
好，然后开始往后面，然后拉你后面的背。
And everybody breathe in.
好，每个人吸气，
And breathe out.
好，
Breathe in again. Maybe sigh on the way out.
你可以做一个很大的呼吸，
Again.
深呼吸，
Sigh. One more time.
再一次吸气，
And sigh.
感觉你的
Good. Bend your knees a lot.
好，现在
Roll up. Keep your chin
慢
tucked.
慢的先蹲下来，然后再慢慢的转上来，
Chin up last.
呀，然后下巴是最后的，再往上面。
Then use your hands above your head
好
and sigh.
做个深呼吸。
Do it again. Nice and loud. Very nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we stand balanced. Okay. Now we stretched our spine 6 different directions. Who feels better?
有没有觉得很舒服
It's free.
？Yeah,
You do it every day.
yeah, right.
Every time you get out of the car, out of the train, off the subway, the MRT, from your desk, every time you stand up, from the toilet, every time. Every time you stand up, put your legs together, put your hands on your butt, and stretch your back. Because we don't stretch this way enough, and we need to, because society makes our spine go this way all the time.
Right.
Okay? So don't forget this one.
OK， 我们常常要做这个动作了，不管你在坐办公室或怎样的话，你只要一站起来的话，就可以尽量伸展你的腰，因为我们常常工作或常常坐着，常常身体都是往前面的，所以尽量就是这一边要舒展起来。OK？
Okay?
Yeah.
So now we've stretched our spine in 6 directions.
Yeah.
So now we're going to get 2 full and 2 empty. These workout exercises you don't apply to your playing. These workout exercises are to make the muscles that are involved in breathing more flexible.
OK， 这个几个练习呢是要让你的呼吸变得比较flexible， 就是灵活吧，
Yeah.
就是灵活一点。
The point isn't strength. The point is flexibility.
OK，
Okay? So we're going to get 2 full and 2 empty.
OK，
Very important to keep your knees loose.
OK，
If you keep them tight, pretty soon you'll be like, okay? So please be careful.
OK， 小心哦。
If you feel the room get dark and you're closing off and you're going to pass out, goodbye. Here we go.
Yeah, OK.
5 in and 8th notes, then hold your breath. Here we go. In and. Hold your breath. Relax. Relax your butt cheeks. Air doesn't go in there. Sip again and again and again. More. Oh my God. More. Relax. Sip and sip and sip. Relax. Sip. Sip. Here we go. Out 5. Loud. Hiss. Big sigh. Let go.
OK，
Do it again.
Yeah， 再一次哦。
This time in 16th note. So
16分音符，然后快一点的吸气进去哈。OK， 跟着它。
After every sip, I'm trying to relax my body. I'm not. It's like the whole point is if you came up to me when I'm really full, you can still push me away because I'm just like trying to be loose. So stay relaxed even though you're full.
OK， 就是刚才讲的是，就是说有点像那个，就是一点点呼吸进去哈，然后再停住，然后你应该要吸到满的时候，你身体还是保持放松的。OK，
There we go. In 16th.
16分音符。
Hold your breath. Relax. Sip. Sip. Sip and stretch. Sip. Sip. Relax. Like cooked ramen. Out and. Hiss. That's right. Blow my hair off. Big sigh. Let go. Beautiful.
Yeah.
This time we'll put some pressure in the way. So instead of, I want you to remember how full you were after. And I want you to get that full this way. Sip, sip, and then 2 chunks loud from full to half and half to empty.
哦，听得懂吗？第一次的时候就正常的，然后上去就然后吸满以后，然后吐气过来，然后接下来用你的手这样增加你的压力。OK， 也是一样，吸饱了以后，然后 sip， 然后到最后要吐气的时候2段式的，第一段先吐掉一半，然后再吐掉第2段，这样 OK 2次 OK
Cool?
Yeah, cool.
So here we go. Everybody blow out.
Yeah， 先把气吐掉。
Now let it leak in and. Sip, sip. First half.
前半段
Second half. Hiss. Leak for 5. In and.
我拍
Sip, sip.
再来一个
Blow.
第二
Forte.
段
Hiss. Leak for 4.
四拍
And. Sip, sip. Blow. And a big sigh. And let go.
OK
And then find your balance. So feet, knees, hips, head over your hips.
hips 那个脚跟那个后面屁股那个对髋关节这一边要用力的顶着，然后身体要站直这样。
Okay? If you're not sure where the middle is, I think one of the best ways to figure out a physical awareness is to do it wrong. To make right more obvious.
OK， 你都不知道你的中心点在哪里的话，你去做一些比较就是说错误的姿势，然后你就可以感觉到你的中心点在哪一边。
So let's lean forward.
我们现在试试看，往前面
Feel the tension back here.
就是
Move to the tension until it drops.
好，然后往后面慢慢
When
地
your muscles drop, when the muscles drop, should be in the middle. Not go too far back.
那我们现在试试看，往后面
Now
倒
the
一点
tension's
点，
here.
对，这边
Now
感觉有
move
压力，
towards it.
然后
until
感觉前面
Boop, let's go.
，Yeah， 然后在中间就是你最平稳的地方，中心点
Understand?
，Yeah，
Cool. So now we've worked out, so we're more flexible. Now we're going to flow.
Yeah.
So these exercises, you're never fuller than comfortable.
OK。
Never more full than comfortable.
OK， 接下来要做的练习，你就是尽量舒服一点吧。
I'm listening. You got 10 minutes. Okay. All right. Cool. Did you get that in?
Okay.
And I'm always trying to blow even.
平均的哈。
So not on the way in or on the way out.
OK， 平均的，非常平均的。
But even. Okay, and the way I teach myself that is with sound on the way in. If this is the sound, it's O. If it's this, no good. Listen again.
听一下这个声音。
When I'm breathing in. On the way out, I'm going to blow on my hand, and I'm going to feel even air.
OK， 那个声音，你的喉咙打开的声音是 O 的声音，不要 E， 不要的细的声音，应该是 O 的声音吸进去，然后要很平均的，然后最后吐到你的手上，你要感觉你的气。OK。
And so this is teaching me on the way in and on the way out. So if I can't breathe in evenly, then I'm too full. If I can't breathe out evenly, it's too empty.
OK， 如果你觉得你不能很平均的做这个练习的话，你就是说你吸太少或吸太多都有可能哦，所以一定要平均。OK，
Let me show you.
OK， 试试看。
Not even.
好，现在是 not even 哦，现在
Uneven. 6 beats in, 6 beats out.
6
Listen.
拍进6拍出。
That was even.
Yeah. Okay.
Here's correct. Here's bad.
Oh, okay.
Understand the difference between even and not even?
Yeah.
If you're too full, you won't be able to be even. You'll have to be like to get it. And I want it should always be comfortable.
所以不要过度的吸气，也不要吸太少，因为这样会造成不平均。有的吸太少，然后你身体吸太多，身体会变得很紧啊。所以这个练习就是每个人去找到自己最平衡的、最舒服的位置，吸气、吐气，这样。
Okay, so let's go in. And let's start with sixes. And we'll go 6 in, 6 out, 6 in, 6 out.
Okay.
And we'll just practice it over and over again. Why? So that you get it right. If you make a mistake and you get too full or you get too empty, this is why we practice.
Yeah. Okay. 我们可以重复的做6拍进、6拍出哈，然后去找到你自己身体最平均的那个位置。
Okay, here we go. 6 together.
Yeah.
In, 6, and. Make sure your head is over your hips. Four.
自拍。
4. Try again. Do that again. That wasn't very even. Even. Out. So breathe slower. Breathe more relaxed. Now 3s.
3拍。
And. Listen to the way out. Even, not explosion. Right. No sforzando.
外面。
Legato. 2s. And. Half note. Half note. In. Everybody sigh. Let go. That's nice. That's really good. So, at the end, we were doing a half note inhale. 2 beats of inhale. Most of the time, we're only breathing in music for 1 beat, an 8th note, or a 16th note.
Yeah.
So we have to learn to make the breath, when it's slow, perfect. This is slow motion practice. So that when it's time to breathe quickly, It's not. It's quick. But in life, a quick inhale naturally is fear, anger, excitement. It's not music. So you have to train your body how to breathe in quickly, evenly.
OK， 当我们就是说，我们生活上面如果要吸气很快的时候，都是一些不好的情绪嘛，就是说，你很紧张啊，很愤怒的时候，所以我们常常在乐器上面常会要很快的吸气，可是，在很平稳的出来的时候，然后训练自己，就是让自己呼吸很短，可是却很放松，这就是我们要训练到的。OK。
Cool. So let's practice the same thing. But what we're going to do now is we're just going to make the exhale go longer. So remember before I said that there's just really two things that you need to do with your energy with breathing. So when we're flowing, if we breathe out longer than we breathe in, so like let's just say as an example, 8, 2, 8, 2.
现在
we calm down.
OK。 现在要做的练习就是说，出去那个吐气的时候多一点点，然后吸气的时候稍微少一点点，让我们吸气稍微拍子少一点，这样 OK， 试试看。
If you need more energy, turn it around.
哦，你如果需要更多的方式，你可以把它改变。
Short out, long in.
Long in, yeah.
So if you need more energy. It's like caffeine.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And if you want to calm down, it's the other. So for me, when I play concerts, I need energy because I don't get nervous. It's my job. So I need to go the other way. Most people are nervous before a concert, so they need to calm down. So whichever one you need. Sometimes people get too calm, so you just change it around to bring the energy back up. I would say I tend to do that. I tend to go, here's my flow, and then if I want to relax, I get relaxed, and then I'm like, whoa, that's way too relaxed for being on stage. And then I bring my energy back up to somewhere in the middle that's more functional.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's just about changing the length of the out versus the in. Either makes you short out or long out.
Long out. Okay.
This is why music makes you relaxed when you play it, because it's all long out.
OK， 这一段就是讲的哈，就是说你要做一个平衡，做一个平均的一个调整，知道吗？你的气有时候你可以吸很多，然后有可以变成少的，有时候可以变成也需要很多的那个能量。所以当你在吹一些曲子的时候，就是说能量的就是转移，从很高的能量到就是说你可以放松。尤其在吹音乐的时候，在乐团工作啊，或者哪时候在哪一边工作的时候，你需要有这一些的东西来做一个调整。OK。
So I'm going to go to an exercise that I play a lot, which is a kodai, which is from the brass gym, which is ba ba. Okay, so it's 12 beats. So I'm going to think 2 in, 12 out, 2 in, 12 out.
Okay.
But to allow myself to get to a place where I could go 1 in, or an 8th note in, or a 16th note in, I'm going to start symmetrical. So 5s, 4s, 3s, 2s. Eventually, big sigh. And on the 12 out, in my brain, I'm thinking, so that I'm starting to memorize the feeling of exhale with my ear, with sound.
哦 ，OK。你可以用一些你习惯的曲调来代替你要吐气的，就像刚才啦啦啦啦这些东西来代替你要吐气的拍子，哈 ，OK。
Cool? So, let's, yeah, we'll get there. All right? It's a cult. It's a cult alarm. They can't leave. I have them in a, I have them. They're not going anywhere. I'm talking to my alarm clock. Okay, so let's go 4s, 3s, 2s, 1s, 8th notes, 16ths. The rules apply the whole time. So it's not, it's even and open.
Yeah.
Open, okay? Here we go. 4 in, 4 out.
4拍4拍，好 ，OK，
2, 3, and out.
4拍进，4拍出，3拍进，3拍出
Again.
，2拍，1、2。
Make it even. No accent on the way out. 1. Hands at your side. Relax your hands. And every once in a while, test it. Eighth notes in. 16th legato. Eighth notes in. Quarters in. 2s in. 12. Next time, only breathe in for 1 beat. This time, last 8th note of 12. Breathe again if you're out of air. Up. Breathe 1, 2. Stay relaxed. If you're going, don't do that. Back to 1 and 1. 4 more beats. 1s. 2s and legato. 4, 6, 10, 16, 24, 5. Let go. Great. Have a seat if you're sitting. Have a seat.
OK。
So, you ever get dizzy when you play your instrument? Do you ever get dizzy?
你吹乐器会不会头晕？
You ever get dizzy when you play Wagner, Bruckner, Strauss?
Yeah.
Yeah, long periods of time that are really loud. This is how to make those go away.
Yeah. 这样的练习能够让你的头晕啊，那些不舒服的感觉。
This is very short flow. We were only like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
That's very short. A Rochu 3 times through, down 2 octaves. It lasts 7 minutes.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You're not practicing that kind of stuff all the time. And you're like, yeah, but I play horn. I play trumpet. I don't have to move air out of my instrument. On a brass instrument, same note, same dynamic. Same note. Not tuba, trombone, horn, trumpet. The same note. So let's say it's C. Middle C on the piano.
Okay.
Middle C for horn, middle C for trombone, low C for trumpet, and high C for tuba.
Okay.
That is the same flow rate under the same pressure in your mouth. Because the instrument is not doing anything. The vibration is being created by your lips, and we're all going to vibrate that note. So when we all play the same note, our air is the same. And it doesn't matter if you have a piccolo trumpet or a sousaphone. If you want to know more about that, it's the Bernoulli principle. Just Google it. If you think I'm completely full of crap, then you've found some new laws about physics. But that's the truth. So when horn players are playing low, when trumpet players are playing low, that's the same air as a tuba player in the middle register.
刚才讲很重要，就是说，譬如说 C 对法国号、小喇叭、长号、白洞或 tuba。也许这个 C 对 tuba 来讲是高的，有的是低的，是一样，完全一样的吸气的感觉哈。那像刚才他讲的，就是说我们在3分钟之内就得到这个效果，就是你吹了很多的练习曲，像 Rochu， 你吹了3遍高音的、低音的、中音的这种感觉。所以你每天把这个能量给充满的话，你就知道你的那个capacity， 就是你的量可以多少，这样就等于是一种可以说是一种加压的训练，就是一种重量的训练这样。
This is very old information in the brass world of teaching. This is the mid-1960s art of brass playing, Arnold Jacobs, Philip Farkas. This is not new information. This is very old. But we've allowed trumpet, horn, trombone, euphonium, tuba to have their own pedagogies, and nobody's coming to the middle to talk about what the truth is about air. And the truth is that when you play the same note, it's the same flow rate under the same pressure. And it has been since the Baroque era. It hasn't changed.
OK， 这个是就是说，以前老的人哈，就是说都同样可以吹到这个，实际上刚才讲说 Arnold Jacobs， 或者说芝加哥交响乐团里面的小喇叭啦什么的，大家都吹一样的声音。可是没有人在讲，就是说你的气到底是多少？可是事实上，所有的气的感觉都是一样的 ，OK， 都是一样的。你必须吸很多，才能够吹出这个声音出来。
So we actually all need to train all of it. We need to train all of us need to train the air. And what am I getting if my oboe player or my saxophone player or my bassoon players do this? Is I'm getting a better person on the other side of the breathing. So I don't care if the air that I'm doing doesn't match your instrument, it's changing you as a person. You're going to be better in my band or better in my orchestra if you do it. So if you're asking me, like, do you make string players breathe when you go conduct? Yes. They're people. We think. Sort of.
呼吸是非常非常重要，不管你今天吹萨克斯风啊，吹什么东西 ，even 弦乐也是需要呼吸的。所以他刚才讲说，这个呼吸的练习非常非常重要。Okay?
The goal is always to make it easier. I mean, I would say that even this, if I'm thinking about like, that's way more air than I need to do that on here. So it's overtraining, which means that this felt easy, this should feel easier.
如果你的呼吸做得很好的话，就可以像他刚才吹一段旋律是这样，先唱那个先感觉那个呼吸的感觉，然后现在就可以在乐器上面做这样的东西。
And it's your concept over everything. It's ear over everything. This is a 700 series Jupiter. It's not supposed to play like it's about to be played.
好，可以听到这个。
Practicing in the practice room and you couldn't see, you'd think you were going to come in and see an EXO or a Prestige. This is just an amplifier for this. This isn't important. This is important.
OK， 刚才他吹的那一段就是用 Jupiter 最新的，他这一个礼拜在这边做的就是帮那个喇叭做了一些调整，这是705。那所以他刚才讲最重要的东西就是说，我们拿的乐器只是一个，就是像一个就是一个把声音放大。对，最重要是你的脑袋所想的东西，就是你的气怎么运行，你怎么吹这个东西，这样 OK。
And then there should be some experimentation on the large end. In other words, when you're playing a piece of music for the most, one of those, the moment that's like the da, right? To know that as a brass player, you don't get to do what a singer does. You don't get to go. We have to go. So we have to stay relaxed. So there should be some experimentation where you try to figure out how relaxed can I be and how loud can it be. And then when it's the truth, then you get to take a little bit off. So I'm gonna do too much.
Okay.
But I'm gonna try to stay relaxed.
Okay. 所以那个放松的吸气跟吐气，这个很重要。这个东西就是我们不可能像在唱声乐的那一些人这样很表情很夸张，我们就是把我们气给吸好，然后你自己身体感觉很放松，这是最重要的。Okay?
Like I'm trying to break it.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to break it. I'm trying to break this. I'm trying to play it at the edge of this instrument.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Tell them.
他想要把这个声音吹爆，想要把这个乐器给吹很大声。Yeah.
And it's pretty close to being okay. So now I just have to take a little bit off for that moment of the thing. I'm trying to do it from the side so you can see that I'm not working hard. It's supposed to feel easy. It's supposed to feel easy. It shouldn't matter what's in your hands. Okay? Yep. So pay attention to your ears. So before we have the last thing to close up, I have to do one more thing, which is that we talked about how to sit, how to blow, how to hear, blah, blah, blah. But we didn't talk about how to make your ears better.
OK， 我们讲了很多东西，从坐姿开始，然后到呼吸，然后他跟我们讲说，到最后你还是要回到，就是说你要训练你的耳朵，真的要听到自己听，就是训练自己耳朵。OK。
All musicians need to work on their ears until they retire.
Oh yeah. OK。耳朵很重要，到最后，不管你坐姿，你吹出来的东西，你就是要让别人听到，还有你自己听到的声音的差别。
When professionals are done with ear training in school, then we start to transcribe music. We start to hear it and try to play it back.
OK， 那个我们那个学音乐的，就是说我们听到我们想要吹的声音，然后借着乐器把它给展现出来。
So this actually what I'm about to do with you is like a 3-day clinic, but I'm going to do it in 5 minutes.
OK. 这个接下来是它的重要的东西，是三天会做的，就是它有一个叫那个 2-part plan， 就是专门讲就解决这些问题，他要在5分钟之内、3分钟之内把它做完。
So every day I have. Actually, usually they go by weeks, but sometimes the piece gets learned quicker. But I always have a transcription project. I usually have one that's related to pop music and one that's related to classical music.
Okay. What's that?
Transcribing. I'm transcribing.
Oh,
you don't know what the hell that is, do you?
Yeah. 那个他常就是说有时候要改编一些，有时候是流行音乐，有的是古典音乐。OK。
So this is what I do all the time. Now, if I said, let's sing happy birthday, and I went, ba, and we went, 1, 2, happy birthday, and you all know it. That's awesome. How did that get there? How did that get in your head? You heard it a lot, and then you probably said it a lot as well. You sang it, right?
就像刚才的那生日快乐歌，大家都因为听过很多遍嘛，所以你才会唱。
So I went through my Apple Music. I chose a piece of music. This is Mark Letary. He plays guitar with Snarky Puppy.
就是有一个 who is that? Yeah. Sorry.
His name is Anton Bruckner, and he plays guitar with Snarky Puppy. It's Mark Letary. He plays guitar with Snarky Puppy.
Oh, Snarky Puppy. Okay. 那是用一个流行乐团的东西。Yeah.
I'm not fucking around. I'm messing with you. All right. Okay. So every day, I'm just trying to hang out with musicians.
Yeah.
This is the cool part. You can play with anybody you want in the world, because you can pull it up. Anybody you want. It's so cool.
Yeah. Right. 他就会找一个他自己的练习，就是找一个这个样的东西哈，不管是什么样的音乐。
So I'm just trying to figure out where I am. I don't have perfect pitch. So I'm just trying to find the middle. Where is it? It's a G. Yeah, so I'm in G. Cool?
Yeah.
It just starts that way. Hey, where am I? Oh, it's in Sol. Okay? Then I went through this track just one time because I wanted to find a lick that I could transcribe. So here's a lick that's the same. And keep playing it over and over again. That's 6-1. So I gotta get it in my head as good as Happy Birthday. Okay. This is a major arpeggio, minor third, C, B flat. Okay, I got it. Cool. So it starts like this. And that's all I would try to figure out. And I would never try it on the instrument first. I always sing it first. So I would go ball, 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 and I would try to figure that out. And if I couldn't get ba ba da ba da ba, I would just start with ball, 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 ball. Yeah, I got it. Okay, so then I do this a lot for like 30 years. Oh. This guy's got it. You got it. You could try. I'm sure you could pull it out. Yeah, we're going to do it again. Here. Yeah, here it comes. Sing it. I can play along with the lick, I can play along in G, I can figure a whole bunch of stuff out, and I've figured out one of the tunes from his album. This should be a project every day. It's going to go that fast when you have a couple of years under your belt. It's going to go that fast. It's not going to go that fast in the beginning. It's going to go way slower. Okay? in the popular music world, this is standard practice.
Oh, okay.
We do this all the time. How come we don't do it in classical music? We used to.
他刚才讲的就是说，他常常会练习的方式就是找一个他自己喜欢的，不管什么音乐，然后慢慢的采谱了。这个就是慢慢的采谱，把音找出来，慢慢的吹。也许有些东西哒哒滴哒滴哒，那你找不到音，你就先找一个音，先找到，然后慢慢的去跟着吹。这是流行音乐常常做的事情，就是说跟着一起吹。那他就觉得，就是为什么我们古典音乐不行这样做？其实是可以的，在很多的你可以这样自己练练看，找一些 CD 跟着一起吹。Yeah, okay.
But I also always have a classical thing happening as well. Always transcribing. I'm trying to hear it, sing it, play it. Hear it, sing 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 it. Try to figure it out.
Okay.
It's a puzzle. And the more you do it, the more that your ear, when you hear something, will connect to your instrument. If you're still thinking a fingering number to play your instrument, that is not a pitch.
OK， 最重要的东西是你听到一个东西，你要用唱的哦，把它唱出来，一直唱，一直唱，一直唱，唱到最后，你可以去慢慢的在你乐器上面做出来哈，而你不是要去那边找哪一个音，找哪一个，是唱它的那个，唱它的旋律，唱得很熟，然后慢慢的再慢慢找到在乐器上面找到那个旋律这样。Okay?
So I remember how about concentrating and how long we can concentrate?
Yeah.
I'm no different. I've taught myself to concentrate for longer than 5 minutes, but I'm still most days just like a tuba player that like would rather drink beer and eat than concentrate. So
yeah.
So I do the same thing as my daughter when I practice. I practice in trios. So I don't play, make mistakes, play, make mistakes, play, make mistakes. I wind it, I sing it, I put it together. Repeat. Wind it, sing it, play it. Mix it up. Sing it, wind it, play it. Play it first ever? Never.
他把这几个东西哈，就是刚才我们讲的，我们的专心的能力大概只有5分钟到8分钟嘛，他把它给做什么事情都把它给分开来。比如说有时候练习 trio， 有时候练习这个东西把它给踩出来，把不会踩出来。Okay. 然后再把它给组合在一起，然后再重复这些东西，所以就是最重要的东西，就有效率的练习，跟好的呼吸，跟有效率的练习，让你的身体放松，这是大概这几个重点。Okay?
So just a quick example of what it looks like when you come to my house. So I'm just going to start putting this back into practice. So. You know what it is yet? And then I'll stop. All right? So we go like this at home. You wouldn't hire me to sing on a stage, but I try to sing it exactly the way I want it to go. Anyway, you get the point.
Yeah.
I don't cheat. I sing everything, and I wind everything. I promise you. I am not at home practicing like you. I am at home practicing this way. So if you ever have seen me play in public, you are thinking to yourself right now, like, so you sang that a third of the time, you winded it a third of the time, and you played it a third of the time? And the answer is no. Actually, I had to do it more because I didn't know the piece in the beginning. So I had to sing it only. And then when I knew it as well as Happy Birthday, then it was sing, wind, play. But I don't put it on the horn until I can sing.
OK， 最重要的重点哈，就是说他做什么事情都一定先唱很多遍，都在脑袋里面 ，sing, win， 还有最后再把它吹出来，就是多唱，他所有东西都是这样。OK，
And then it should go the right way. There's no guessing.
绝对
It should go the right way. It's going to go the right way. This is how I practice.
Yeah.
This is how I
练
practice.
习的方式就是唱。
And if I make a mistake, it's never like, why did that happen? It's like, oh yeah, I was thinking about something else. Like the fingering, like that my lip hurts, like that it's cold. What I wasn't where, I wasn't here. Make sense?
可以吗？这样了解吗？就是多唱，然后身体放松，多呼吸。Yeah.
Let's play one more song.
Yeah. OK. Yeah.
Tuba Station, let's do it.
OK.
Come on.